Hello guys and welcome back, and what I'm going to try to do for the next couple of videos is to demonstrate how I plan on taking this atlas under the table switch and embedding it in the phone. So what I've got here basically is a sample, if you will, of my tabletop for my bench work. So if you remember correctly, I've got a 1/2 inch sheet of plywood laid down, and then on top of that I've got the 1-inch extruded foam. So the goal, what I'm trying to do here is it's a process what I refer to as a tabletop inversion or tabletop translation. Really what we're trying to do is we're trying to take the top of the plywood here and get it to the same elevation as the top of the foam. So what I've got here is I've got some MDF board that I cut up. It's not quite a 1/2 inch, but it's really close. So basically what we're going to do is this is going to embed inside the foam, and it's going to be at the same elevation as the foam, about like that. Now it's just like installing, from that point, it's just like installing any other turnout. You know, you're going to have to, take the throw bar of the switch machine and put it on center and mark that and drill your hole as far as, and center up your throw bar on your turnout as well, and mark the hole and drill it. Make the hole big enough where the throw bar on the switch machine actually has room to move. But we'll get to all that in another video. But what I wanted to show you today is how I'm going to do this. So what I've got here is I've got some foam core board that I've cut up, and I've made these little templates here. You could probably use cardboard. I don't know if corrugated cardboard would work. It might. Some real thick stock paper might work as well. But I just chose to use this because it's pretty durable, and I know I'm going to be using it several times. So I wanted something that's going to hold up. So what I've got here, this fits inside here like this. You can see this, and the dimension here for the outside is 2 1/4 inch by 5 1/2 inches. That's the total overall length. Okay, and what we've got is we've got this little 1/4 inch shelf, if you will, that's going to be cut out in the foam the same depth as the MDF board here. Getting back to the frame is the MDF board here. So what I want to do first is I want to mark the throw bar on the turnout on center. I want to mark that on my foam first. So I don't know if you can see this, but I've got a line here. The scenario is, these are my lines marked on the actual tabletop over there. So I'm just going to get everything lined up here. Get my hand out of the way. Get my throw bar on center here. It's pretty good, about right in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pin here and just kind of mark the hole that's been drilled in that throw bar. Okay. So I've got my hole marked there. So that right there, as you can see here on the inner piece, I've got a hole drilled out here. So that's going to, what that does, all that does is the hole's not cut there for this purpose. Like I said, this is just a template. This is nothing more than just to help me to line up. I'm lining up the hole here on the foam core board with the mark I just made with the center of the throw bar on the turnout. So I'm aligning my lines here, getting those nice and straight. And then what I'll do is I'll just come in and trace that out. And you know, it don't have to be perfectly exact. I mean, it is a model railroad, but you know, you want to try to get it, you know, as close as you can. So this in here, all this right here, what I just drew inside that box, first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut it out all the way down to the plywood. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a bigger drill bit, we're going to drill some holes kind of in the corners, and then we're going to take a jigsaw and we're going to remove that plywood there. Now the reason that we're doing that is so if the switch machine ever fails, you still have access to it, because if we didn't do that, you need to be pulling up track to get to the switch machine. So that's the reason we're going to do that. Now, and this might start making sense here in just a second what I'm trying to do. So now I take my next template, the outer template, and align it as best I can. I think this side went up here like that. That's pretty close. Okay, so I'm just going to align everything, and now I'm going to get my fingers out of the way. Now I'm just going to trace this template off right here. Okay, so now as you can see, I've got this right here. This is going to be cut to the same, that 1/4 inch piece you see going around the perimeter. This is going to be cut to the same depth as this. So what that enables me to do is to lay my my piece of, and this right here is not cut to the right spec yet. I'm going to have to cut it out, but really that's why I've got this stack of MDF boards here. You know, this MDF board is going to be cut out to, you know, this dimension right here, which is 2 1/4 inches. I know I'm writing this upside down for you guys, but that's 2 1/4. And then this right here, this dimension here is 5 1/2. So that's what this will be cut out at. Now, it'll be cut out to this depth, so this shelf that we cut out, that's almost a 1/2 inch deep, it will enable the MDF board to just sit down, and then the MDF board will be flush. But like I said, all this that I've crosshatched here, all this will be removed, even the plywood underneath it, so you'll have access up underneath the tabletop to get to the switch machine in case it should ever fail. So once we get this piece installed, then we'll, you know, it's just like installing any other switch. You know, this will be glued down to the shelf here on the extruded foam. Once it's down, everything's flush with the foam, then we'll come in and just like installing any other switch, you know, we'll center on the throw bar on the turnout and center the throw bar on the switch. I actually don't even really need to do that. Just center the throw bar on the turnout, you know, drill your hole, make the hole wide enough to where, you know, the throw bar on the switch can move back and forth. And really that's all that's involved in doing this. So it's a little bit more work than just being able to go straight to your plywood and mount up underneath your plywood and doing it that way. But it does enable you to maneuver around joists and risers and things like that. And plus, you know, like if you're using extruded foam, you know, you've got a lot of flexibility there. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get this part here cut out, and come back, and then we'll take this down to 1/2 inch deep, and I'll cut the MDF board, and I'll shoot some more video at that point to show you what it looks like.